Okay, Virgo, stay tuned. As soon as Tinkerbell gets out of the way of the camera, maybe she won't. That's perfectly all right. Stay tuned because you have had some no's, you have had some unjust things happen, and you're going to get it all figured out. We're going to talk all about it. Yay, it's time for Virgo. How's it going, Virgo? I do want to make sure I shuffle these real good. You know, I think Virgo gets, I don't want to say discounted, but it's just not one of the more flashy signs. It doesn't have forward ego with it. But I really like it because, oh my goodness, there are so many ways that I wish that people had a little bit of Virgo to balance them out. Also, the one thing that I always notice about Virgos is that they don't need to be in the spotlight. They might be in the spotlight because they're damn good at maybe something that they do, but they don't need to be. They're incredible observers, and I love that. I remember back, way back in high school, when it's like the kids in class, oh, hello, interesting. The kids in class that were watching and didn't feel the need to speak up or act out or what have you, but were able to truly observe everything. And they were like, they could be a fly on the wall because people weren't noticing them as much. And so they could really, really observe and watch everything. And I used to remember I could look around, and when I would find their eyes, and I would be like, yeah, you know what's going on. With the crap in this world, you know, a lot of times Virgo, they know what's going on. Yeah, of course they've got all the organization, all the stuff attributed to them, you know, and that just sounds so boring. Definitely necessary and needed, and most people don't have. But Virgo, I really like you. Okay, let's see what you've got going on in the general reading here. Of course, we're going to do the double layer and see what your energies surrounding you want to inform you. And Virgo is someone who could secretly be calculated and get things done. They surprise people a lot. They really do. People don't expect Virgos. Expect the unexpected. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah. All right. Virgo, I hope you're having a good September thus far. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, oh, I need one gimme card. One gimme card, please. Thank you. Take 10 seconds, push these up, organize them so that they're going to sit in this little box better, and take a quick look. Be right back. Hey, Virgo. I just started looking at your cards, and then also Champion just came in because he wants cuddle time. But I can't do cuddle time right now. But it's also something I'm noticing within your cards, is you need a break and you need a little bit of cuddle time, should we say, respectively And the way I mean that is, can we cuddle later? Can we cuddle later? The thing that we have with your cards is that something just recently has been happening, and it happened or has been happening in your environment, that there were some things that felt unjust, unfair. And the thing it is, sometimes when people get into arguments, nobody wins. Nobody wins at all. And Virgo really understands that more than anybody. And it's some people, it's like, oh, they win the argument, but they lost the war that shouldn't have ever been a war to begin with. This was a scenario where, come here, champion, sit down, baby, come on. You trying to find your spot? And that's something even within you, trying to find your spot. And you're just, and you're fair. Most Virgos are. I mean, when you get pissy, oh boy, you're not fun. But no, baby, come on, lay down. You can't go over there. He really wants to go on top of everything, and he really wants to cuddle. But we're going to see if we can settle champion down. Your baby? Huh? Okay. All right, so I'm so sorry. Let me get back to this. But my babies are my heart, so I definitely want to give them as much love and affection as possible. Let's see if I just look at the reading and try to continue on. Okay, so basically within the things that you're trying to create, and you're proud of yourself. You're proud of yourself for the things that you've been working hard on to manifest. And you're doing a good job, but there's something within your environment that people are kind of getting in the way with their BS and creating arguments, and nobody's winning. And this is a level of a family or people that you want to be involved with, whether it be family, whether it be work. I feel like it's work. But that's not fun. And so sometimes it makes you feel pobrecito and maybe a little bit martyrdom and wounded. And when you're trying to do these new actions and it's falling through, it's taken a lot of your energy away. You've lost a lot of your energy through the kind of the battles of some unjust actions by other people. It's probably petty stuff and not worth your time. And you know, this information of these people's actions has been stuff that you've been able to look at, such a technical word, stuff, that you've been able to really digest, hang yourself up, and just take a look at everything and analyze, which Virgo is wonderful at analyzing and then reorganizing, because you're going to be able to go that direction. The good news is that in the next 2 weeks, you're going to be able to really dive into your own intuition and go to your higher self. Instead of taking the 5 energy of the arguments or disagreements or just being like unfair, unjust, if anybody had any lawsuits, it kind of went against them. You tried a proposal and they just said, nah, we don't want it, unappreciated, stuff like that. Oh, instead of taking this 5 energy over here in the environment, you're going to transcend it over into the next couple weeks, and you're actually going to go to your higher self. The thing that I love about this is, let me go to the higher view. The thing that I love about this is you have the Hierophant here. And normally this 5 card, which is intense, is normally like systems and institutions, but not with you, not with this one. This one is actually in its positive form of higher teachings, higher connection. And the Queen of Wands is a really good at intuition. If anybody's going to have levels of psychic abilities and getting information that way, and mediumship and other ways, is the Queen of Wands. This is saying that you're going to really dive into that. You're going to transfer all this energy from the kind of BS that's happening around you and get away from feeling pobrecito and unappreciated, and you're going to take it into your new energies of inner self understandings and get the knowledge that you need to go to where you need to go, which I'm excited about that, because definitely, you know, I mean, you got 2 justice cards here that are upside down. So something really happened recently that was not fair. I don't know if somebody lied. I don't know if some sort of, you know, judgment of some sort went against you, and it was not cool. But it's within a group of people, and it was not kind of heart. It's like people were not looking out for you. Hey, man, you're going to move forward and get beyond that. Because, you know, sometimes what happens is sometimes things are made to pull us into situations so that we can use different skills of ours. It's going to throw you into going deep inner into yourself. And when you do that, you can connect to source. You can connect to the higher powers. You can connect to all information. Because this petty information down here is not doing you any good. Obviously, it's kind of working against you. So you can go into the higher self and the higher information and get what you need and have the greater understanding of why what has happened has happened. Yeah, sorry, I just needed to take a breath, because it's heavy with the it's not fair feeling, and it wasn't, and can't do anything about it except move forward and get even better with some different angles after you use intuition. So let's move to the forward position, and it looks like coming into the future line, you are going to start relaxing, and you are going to start getting your recuperation and meditative state, and not having to be so defensive towards others, because you're not reliant upon them anymore. Once you really go into yourself and your needs and connect to source, it'll give you all sorts of other avenues. You don't, how do I put this? It's like I was going to say, you don't need them. And we don't always want to, but you know what I'm saying. We don't always want to kind of go there, and it's negative to say, especially when like it's team efforts and everything like that. But there's lots of different ways to get the job done. Lots of different ways. You know, I was just thinking that saying, which I really hate. You ever heard sayings like, there's more than one way to skin a cat, or you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or don't beat a dead horse. Why are people making sayings that are abusive to animals? I'm just saying. I've never understood that. You know, when I heard it and people would say that, I'm like, yeah, no, not so much. I don't want that either. Anyway, tangent. So in the future, you're going to have some difficult decisions to make. And just try not to do it through emotional letdowns. Go into your inner self, which it's saying you're going to be able to do in your meditative state, and you're going to get the answers that you need, and then you won't feel so defensive, and you won't even care that much when someone tells you no, because you're going to figure out another way, a better way. Did you ever think possibly that it wasn't supposed to work out, or you were actually meant to go another direction? There might be certain things or people that life is directing you towards that are a very positive thing. It doesn't feel like it at first when things are unjust. You're like, no, you know what? Or sometimes people will have something happen very unjust to them, and they'll change the system. They'll figure out ways, and they'll be like, oh no, we're not stopping there. And we're going to go to a higher way of getting it done. And I'm not going to be stopped. So this is a level progression within how you're going to maneuver. And so give me a moment, and then we will go into wrap up. Before we do the wrap up, I just want to quickly mention that there are 2 videos for each sign. You have your general, and then, hi baby, you have your love and relationships. You also look up your sun, moon, and rising. That's always interesting. If you'd like to book a reading, we have that available at www.ctgtarot.com. For goodwill and prosperity, there's always the support donate button on the website. We appreciate anything you offer. And then, of course, if you want to subscribe, oh, come on, baby. No, you be nice. Be nice, baby. If you want to subscribe, don't lose track of us. Thumbs up, comments, we appreciate it all. Thanks again. Happy watching, and we'll be back to the wrap up now. Okay, Virgo, so let's do this wrap up here. And ultimately, it's like this. Sometimes when life comes in and gives you an injustice and you get no's, it's not fair. And certain doors then are closing to make others open. In this way, it's actually making you use some of your other skills. It's making you go into higher powers, actually, not on the surface of what life is doing and trying to say no, 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 and the gatekeepers and everything like that. When your intentions are good in your actions, you're trying to build a legacy. You understand that. Don't get caught up in that. There's just a new direction, a new way to go to get what you want. And that's what it's pushing you to go into. Might be new partnerships, new people, new ways, new methods to create something. You're going to go there after you go into self and up to higher self. Hi, Tinkerbell. So you're going to get this, and sometimes things feel worse. That's why you feel unsupported by some groups of people, and it's been bothering you so that you can't rest. It's pushing you. You know, your observation's really good, so it's pushing you into more of your superpowers. I'm excited for you there. So ultimately, it's going to be positive in the long run, and you're going to figure it out. Better way. Maybe some better partnerships too. So I wish you well and good luck with all of it. All right. Talk to you soon. Mush, mush.